me I don't look old, but they be telling me I look old. So let's talk. So since I'm old, let's talk about sex a little bit, okay? I want to talk about sex. I want to talk about why, especially why we men struggle with sex so much. Why we men gotta go looking for sex, and don't get me wrong, women do it too. You know, women do it too. We both genders do it, and we both genders are very sexual. And you know, to be honest, we are literally sexual creatures. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we are very sexual creatures by nature. Good morning, Tony. Thank you all for your compliments. You're all so kind. So we are very sexual creatures. Naturally, we are sexual. We are sexual. Like it's like our nature to be sexual, right? And when we try to fight that, we suffer. You know, we suffer because we are very sexual. But let me tell you the problem that we face. The problem that we face is that we think is normal, or we think that since we are sexual, we should be looking for sex in multiple places, and doing all these things and doing all those things and sharing our bodies with just random people, random strangers. And it's like, and we don't understand what we are doing. And if we don't understand what we are doing, we will always seek that feeling that, you know, we're gonna always seek we're gonna always seek those things and those high intensity sexual experiences, you know, those high, you know, always gotta have these extreme, Leah, be careful, you know, always gotta have extreme sex. Like, you know, like these days people want to do all type of sexual things. And it's not bad or good, I'm just saying. Good morning. You know, it's not bad or good, I'm just saying. But I'm saying we gotta understand why. When we understand why, it makes us check ourselves. Now, there's reasons behind the scenes that you don't understand why, especially we struggle with sex that much. Why men struggle with sex that much. Why women crave it that much. Why are we not satisfied with the regular sex? Why do we get bored with certain sex? Why do we get bored with the same person? There's Listen, there are answers that you don't understand that happen that we don't even know. And it's because we're not looking at it from a spiritual point of view. Now, as you can see, all my messages usually, whatever was sex, relationships, whatever, I mean, whether it's about eating or whatever it's about sleeping, whatever it is, it's always a spiritual thing, you know, behind it for me. Because I have learned spirituality is my way to grow. So everything that I do, everything that I think, everything that I eat, everything that when I sleep is always a spiritual reason. So when I have learned the spiritual reason, good morning, Divine. When I learn those spiritual reason, it makes me actually shift my consciousness to a different level. So now here's the thing right here. A lot of men struggle with sexual energy. A lot of women, a matter of fact, a lot of men can, no matter what type of woman you are, no matter how kind you are, no matter how sweet, no matter how powerful of a woman you are, let me tell you the truth. Some men will only see sexual energy. Some men could only see you as a sexual thing. That's why there's so much cheating. That's why there's so much all these sexual parties and swingers and stuff. And we think it's normal. Well, I have a high sex drive. You know, I just have a high sex drive. I just need sex all the time. And we don't understand. Listen, when a human needs all those things all the time, whether it's if you need to eat all the time, if you need to drink alcohol all the time, if you need to something, it's something that's off balance. Something that's off balance that we think is normal. I just have a high sex drive. I just want sex all the time. We believe that's normal because it's popular. We think that whatever is popular is very normal. You thinking that you have to have all these different type of sex just to enjoy it. And you think that's normal. Not realizing that it's not normal, it's just popular. Because we try something and we try again. Whenever you take anything in life and you have to go to the extreme just to enjoy it, you have to understand there's nothing normal about that. It doesn't mean that it's normal. It means that you don't know how to enjoy it at the minimum level. If you cannot enjoy things at the base level, then you cannot enjoy. Then it's not something that's off balance with you. Now here's the thing right here. A lot of human beings, maybe about 90% of humans. Let me say this right here. 90% of human beings live in our lower chakras. What does that mean? Do we understand when I say lower chakras? Do we understand lower chakras? Do we understand what it means to live in your lower chakra? When you live in your lower chakra, understand that we have many chakras. A human has many chakras, but I'm talking about the 7 most popular and energy centers of those chakras. We have about 7, right? Our first one is our security chakra, our root chakra, right? The second one is our sacral chakra. This is the one like is for pleasure, right? This is the one that we use for pleasure. We use it for pleasure all the time. So whether it's bungee jumping, whatever it is, having sex, whatever it is, sometimes even eating. If eating is your pleasure, that's what chakra governs it, right? So whatever pleasure that we experience in life, this is the chakra that we live in. Okay. So the third one is the solar plexus. This is your I power. I'm confident. I love myself. I'm powerful. I'm amazing. But when it goes up to the next one, the heart chakra. Oh man, that's been broken. It's been sabotaged. It's been hurt. It's been tired. It's been sad. It's missing people. It's missing forgiveness. It's missing all this stuff in our lives. We can't get over our loss. We can't get over. So our heart chakra is closed. If your heart chakra is closed, energy do not flow up to your throat chakra. If your throat chakra is closed, you can't express yourself. You can't feed information from the universe. You can't accept truth. You can't accept a reality. You suffer and you struggle with even expressing yourself to people that you love. You think that they won't understand you. You think that they don't want to hear what you got to say. Your voice becomes minimal. You start suffering from weight gain. Your thyroid become an issue. If you suffer from your throat chakra, your third eye chakra is blocked. So therefore, there's no connection, right? Connection the love connection don't happen. You can't connect to people's energy. You can't connect to the universe. You can't connect to God. You can't connect to the trees and the plants. You can't connect. Your connection is completely closed. If your connection is closed, your higher power, which is your higher self, this last chakra, is done. It's not going to happen. So now, what am I saying this right here? Most of us live in the lower chakra. The lower chakra uses the 5 senses: touch, hear, sight, smell, and whatever other one that we use on a regular basis. That's what we use for those lower chakras. This is why sex is so popular, because sex is one of those things, like sex and food. It's one of those things that we enjoy: the smell, the sight, it sounds good, it feels good. Those are where we live. That's all taste. That's why we eat so much coochie and stuff, because I guess it tastes good. I don't know what happened. That's why we have so much. I guess it tastes good too. So now, when you only live in that lower chakra, you could only process those things. You could only process things that captivates your senses. When you go into your spiritual realm, the higher chakras, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your higher self, you process things differently. You process things completely differently. Now it's a spiritual meaning. It becomes a spiritual connection. It becomes a higher level of living. See what I'm saying? What chakra should be living from? We should be living from all. All should be open. But we should actually open each one. The security, which is your root chakra, your sacral chakra, all should be open. And when all is open, energy is flowing smoothly. So you're not just thinking about sex. You ain't thinking about just eating food. You ain't thinking about getting drunk. You ain't thinking about nothing. You thinking about everything combined. You seeing energy flowing through you like how it should. So now you are connected and attached to all. Many of us, we live in the lower chakras. A lot of men, especially like when you start watching pornography, when you start getting, abused and this is not just men, women too. When you start watching pornography and you start watching these little Showtime movies in the big. Hold on. Hey, good morning, Tanya. Good morning. So when you start watching pornography, when you start doing all these things and watching all these things and getting abused and disrespected, your chakras start to get off balance from the age of 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. If you grew up as a middle child, or if you grew up as a last child or a first child, you're going to always have different perception of life. Let me see. Oh, it's okay. Oh, Leah, you can't do that, okay? Leave your finger alone. It's okay. It's okay. What is the most effective way to open your chakras? Let's get that a little bit later on. We're gonna answer the question a little later on, or maybe in the next video. So here we are. We're thinking that all this sex and all these things is normal, not realizing. See, we think, and we don't know that the average person don't live in the upper chakras. The average person is hurt. The average person is broken. The average person is damaged. The average person still have unforgiveness and all this stuff in their heart. You know, the average person is not confident. The average person don't love themselves. The average person don't see greatness in themselves. So the solar plexus chakra is not even open. That stuff is not even open. You know, you're still sad. You're still miserable. You don't even think that. You don't even feel great. You don't even know how great you are. You don't even see you have self-esteem issues. The average person, our chakras are so off alignment that now the second one is open. No, you have a job. You have a place to live. You know, you have some money in the bank. So your root chakra is open. Because now you ain't got to worry and fuss about where you're going to live and what you're going to eat. So your root chakra is open. But the second one, that sexual chakra, that sacral pleasure chakra, a lot of times it's closed, it's off balance. Because you see in porn, you think about sex all the time. Listen, let me tell you this. When you start to process everything, when you start to see everything as sex, hey Jess, how you doing? When you start to see everything as sex and think sex all the time and you just want sex and you craving all this expensive sex and you have pornography running and you gotta feel like this and you want to feel all these things, you expect this from your partners, you want your partners to do all these type of stuff to you. Understand this. Something might be off. Now, I know some of y'all might be thinking, man, you tripping, you talking crazy. So because I want this from my partner. No, I'm not saying that. There's a difference. Yes? Yes. Give me 1 second, okay? You want chocolate muffins or you want lollipop? You want this one? Okay. You want lollipop? Now go watch TV, okay? Go ahead and watch TV. So again, I'm not saying that nothing is wrong with you. I'm saying many times our chakras are off balance. We crave sex, we think about sex. I know many people, men and women, all they talk about is sex, all they want is sex, all they do is sex. You send in pictures, you send in dick pics, you send in body pics, you send in this videos, and that's all you do. You are promiscuous, you live, and you think that's normal. I just have a high sex drive. Listen, if you have a high eating, do we think about a sex drive and a high eating drive? Do you think that's the same? I mean, do you think it's okay to have a high sex drive, but it's not okay to have a high eating drive that you want to eat all day? Many people, many of us, we judge people for eating a lot. And we say, oh, you're just greedy, not understanding that something's off balance within them. It's not the food, it's something that's in them that's off balance. We go through trauma on a daily basis and our chakras become off alignment and we think, but we could say, well, I understand that I understand that you crave this food and you can't stop eating. But the one who craves sex and we think that they are any different. It's not no different. They both are suffering with something. Thanks, Jess. They both are suffering with something. The mind changes when we age. And you know what? It's not even about age. That too. But it's not even about aging. This is about clearing your chakras. When you live in your higher chakra, when your higher self, when you live in the heart chakra is open, when you could process love, you don't process sex the same anymore. When you learn how to process love, process emotions, process connection, process all these truth, then you process sex differently. Everything is not about sex. You don't want sex that quickly. You don't crave sex that much. You don't require somebody to do all these things, and having their bodies all different type of ways and legs all up in the sky. You don't need that. And it sounds weird to hear a man say this, and you might misunderstand what I mean if you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you don't understand the chakras and how it's spiritually connected. You probably don't understand. But if I need you to do all of this just for me to enjoy your body, something is not normal. It's just popular. I'm telling you, it's just popular. Because when you love, seriously, like when you truly love and you truly connect If you love and you connect, it's like if you love and connect to someone, seriously, you think, it's the connection that makes sex even better. Seriously, do you know it's a connection? Hey, Queen, how are you doing, Queen Leo? It's a connection that makes sex different. It's a connection. I used to always wonder, how do you sleep with someone for 40, 50 years? Your husband or your wife. How do you stay with them and sleep with the same person? But then I have to understand that at that point, I was missing the understanding of the power of a connection. I was missing the understanding about the power of a spiritual connection. Because when you are spiritually connected, and you actually appreciate that connection, that spiritual connection, when you see somebody else that you're not connected with, I don't want your sex. I don't know what energies you carry. I don't want that energy. And I don't look at you like a sexual. I just don't see you as sex. Because now I'm processing you differently. Because I process me different. And if I'm this higher source, if my love chakra is open, if my heart chakra is open, if I could love and I could process emotions, if I could forgive and I am free from all those sadness and misery and anger, then when I see you, I don't have to conquer you. Because a lot of times, sex is used to conquer. And we both do it. Both genders do it. Both genders do it. And you can't say women don't. Women do it just as men do. Just men might do it more often. But both genders do it. Women want to conquer a man sexually so he comes back. Men want to conquer a woman so that he could get his ego straight. We conquer each other for different reasons. So I need us to understand that when you're looking at someone to conquer sexually, something is off. Because I remember when I was younger, I used to always, I see a woman and I just wanted to, I want to tear you up. But why? Why? You know what I'm saying? Hey Devin, how are you doing? I'm like, why do I think this way? Why do I see you and want to tear you up? Is that what you are? Why am I viewing you this way? Oh, I want to, but why? And we think it's normal. So now I would approach that woman just to tear her up. So I would lie to her. I would make her believe certain things that I wanted. I would make her, I put things in her mind. I put things in her head. I would say all these things to her just for me to tear you up because it's about conquering. Let me tell you this. We conquer enemies. We don't conquer lovers and friends. We don't conquer family. We only conquer enemies. Understand this. The whole mindset of conquering is from a war zone level. Seriously. For real. Animal instinct. Listen. You conquer those that you don't love. You conquer those that you want to fight. You conquer those that you don't respect. You conquer that something that you want something from. I want to take your land, so I'm going to conquer you and take your land, take all your women, take all your children, and take the men as slave. That's what conquering means. So now if I'm looking at a woman and I want to conquer her, because to conquer is to take what she has and leave. That's what conquering means. Woman, same thing. To conquer is to take what he has and leave. How many of you are women? Be honest now. And you ain't gonna answer me, but just think about it. How many of you women saw a man? Think about it. You ain't got to lie to me because I know this. I messed with many women back in my days. And they wanted to conquer me too as much as I wanted to conquer them. Yeah. On to the next. How many women seen a man before and say, what I will do to you? What do you think that is? Why do you want to do that to that man? Because that man, I'm for real. Thank you for being honest, Father Rubies. Because you're like, what I would do to you just to give it to you. You could get this. Oh, you get this. But why? Why do you want to give your bodies away so easily? Why do we feel the need? It's because our chakras are off alignment. We're not aligned. Because once you align with your higher power and your heart chakra and your true chakra, your throat chakra, truth chakra, once you align with those things, why do you want to give your body away? Seriously, why? Because your body is your temple. Your body is where you live. Just like how you don't want to overfeed it with junk and food, same thing with sex. You don't want to just conquer that cake. The one who want to conquer that cake, who see that cake, and you're like, I want to conquer that cake, I want to eat all. It's a problem. Now, sometimes it's not bad to indulge. Sometimes it's not bad to indulge. Sometimes it's not bad. Sometimes that indulgence just makes you aware of what you're doing. Sometimes, I'm not saying it's bad to want to do all these things. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying, why? Why? Why do you want to do it? That's the difference. Why? And many of us just don't know why. We just say, you sexy as a mother ever. Have you ever seen, you sexy as a, we don't understand. How do I feel sexy? Why do you think I'm sexy? Let me tell you what sexy is. All sexy is that we all carry sexual energy, right? If I see you, something about you ignite my sexual frequency. That's what sexy is. Seriously. That's what sexy is. It's something that I see in you that sparked up my sexual energy. It's nothing to do with you. It's to do with me. And please understand this. Everything is us. Everything that we do is us. Everything starts with us. There's nothing outside of us that make us do anything. There's nothing outside of us that has power over you. Nothing. There's nothing outside of you that make you do things. It's us. It's inside us. It's the balance that we don't have. So now when I see a woman wearing some high heels, oh my God, that's sexy. Because that sparked up my sexual energy. It's not about even her. She's just going to work. She's just going about her business, doing what she does. And she's not even trying. She's not even trying to turn you on. But here I am. Oh my God, what I would do to you? Why? Why do I want to do that to you? You're not bothering me. You never disrespected me. You never even told me that you like me. But why is my mind? And here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about this too. We've been living 40, 50 years. We've been living 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And we see men and women every day. We work next to them, right? We work next to them. We talk to them all the time. We see them online. We see them in the store. We see them in the markets. We see them in the mall. We see them on our streets. We see them with our neighbors. And yet we still have that. Oh, I want to tear you up. We still have that. Like, we know what a breast look like. We know what a booty look like. We know what a penis and vagina look like. Because if you look at my live, we're not virgins on this live. Because, many of my followers ain't kids. Many of my followers are grown people. 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Let's be honest. If you are not used to seeing someone without thinking and going that deep into it, something is off balance. It's something disconnected. Because when we see people all... Hold on, give me a second. When we're seeing people all our life, and we're still not used to seeing a man with a chest, a man with a bald head, a man with dreadlocks, a man who has a beard, a man who has muscles, when we're not used to that yet, and we still, oh my God, this is how we fail our society. This is how we fail. This is why we enter these relationships that don't work, because you still can't process. You still not processing properly. We're still not processing it properly. We're still seeing this thing and we're still falling into those traps. Those same traps. We still fall into those same traps. And you know what though? To be honest, Tanya, it's not even about them being weak. It's about them not knowing. Because many people don't know that this exists. Many people don't know that if I crave this all the time, it's something that's in me that's off balance. We thinking, oh, it's a cake. Let me get rid of the cake. Let me throw the cake in the garbage. The cake is not what's doing it. It's us. It's we that we have to fix. It's this energy that we have to align. And to align this energy. But no, I mean, don't get me wrong now. It's some type of weakness in it too. Because, you know what? This is how we say weaknesses too. Because this is how we use the word. So, I'm not disagreeing with you but this is how we say is weaknesses. But behind the weakness, there's us being off balance. So I guess it is a weakness. But there's a reason why this weakness is there, but people never go behind the reason to understand why. What is it? Why am I looking at her at 40 years old like I have never seen a woman before? See what I'm saying? Like, why haven't I seen women before naked? So why are you causing me to lust? And we think that it's you causing me to lust. No, that's why we get offended when we see naked people. Why are you not naked? Why is that bothering you? Like, you never seen people on TV? Have you never seen porn? Have you never seen all these things? Is it triggering something in you? Is it making something happen to you? Is it making you rise? Is it making you feel offended? Is it making you have to stare? Then something is off balance. You know what I mean? Something behind the scenes that's causing it. But we don't want to do the inside work. The reason why we struggle so much with sex and with all these things is because we're living on the lower chakras. People, if you're one of these people, men or women, that you need this sexual energy, that you need these things, right? Thank you so much. If you need all these things, understand it's time to actually be aware of where you lack control, where you lack self-control, where you lack that power within yourself, and fix it. But there are 7 energies, there are 7 major chakra centers. There are more chakras, but I'm telling you that there are 7 major ones that has a lot to do with every part of our bodies. You know, if you struggle with your sacral chakra, a lot of times you might have back pains, you might have period cramps, extremely period cramps. You might have problems with your ovaries. You might have problems with your testicles if you're a man. You know, you might have problems with stomach ache all the time. You know, you might have issues with your glands, your sexual organs. You might have problems getting hard. You know what I mean? Like you might. And we don't even think that. We don't even, what pills do I need? No, you need to balance your chakra. A lot of times when you balance your chakra, your energies that you use to do all that stuff come back in alignment. We don't even know this. A lot of times, women, you suffer from cramps from since you was, from the age of 13, 14, you've been cramping, you gotta go to the doctor, you gotta do this, and you don't understand. Listen, no matter what you do with this medication, it's the balancing of that chakra helps you the most. Sometimes you stop balancing that chakra and your period cramps go away. Your infertility is your chakra. It's off. The energy is dead. There's no energy flowing there. If no energy flowing there, listen, many of us have hyperactive sacral chakras. Hyperactive. Everything you see is about sex. Someone to find someone attractive. Yes. Yes. We still find people attractive. We still find them attractive. Nothing changes. We still think that they are attractive. We still, oh, you are very handsome. You are very beautiful. You look lovely. Oh my God. I like how you look. I like your body. I like your body type. We still have our type. You know what I'm saying? People are still attractive. But it's that I could find you attractive without going into a sexual feeling. See what I'm saying? So if I could find you attractive without, what I would do to you. Because a lot of us, like when I was younger, if I found you attractive, right? If I found you attractive, it was a little more to it. I wanted to get in deeper. I wanted to explore you. I wanted to see what it feels like. I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I could find, and I made a video one time. And I said, why do we think that we can't give people compliments? You know, like why do we think that we can't give people compliments? Because we're in a relationship. And a lot of women was mad. You shouldn't be giving nobody's compliments. Why do you need to give people compliments when you're in a relationship? And I'm like, this is how we see. This is why we speak like this. I gotta find out what. Yeah, exactly. I find you attractive, but there's more to it. Me finding you attractive don't mean nothing. It literally means nothing at all. I find many people. Listen, I find many women attractive on TikTok, on Facebook, on the street, in the store. I find them. I'll be like, wow, you are very attractive. You ask me 2 minutes later, Kirk, what was she wearing? Shoot, I don't remember. Because you're not going in my head. You're just in my eye. I see you, I'm done. I don't take mental pictures because now it's not important anymore. Because you're not in my life. I don't need to be staring at you that much, staring at you that hard, thinking deep thoughts. For what? All I do is send you off balance signal. It sends you, now you start to focus on her. You start to focus on what you look like. You start to focus on you start looking at boobs and like how much. You know how many years I've been seeing breasts and butts? You know how many years? You know how many years I've been seeing those body parts on women? You know how many women? I've been seeing them all the time. Why am I still? Like, why is it still intriguing to me? You know what I mean? Like, why is it still intriguing? Some of us, well, we see a penis. Some of you, we see a penis and you like, some of us, we you know, we're scrolling on TikTok and we see a penis print and you're like, oh my God, hey, papi. And we think that's normal too. Queen Hiroshi, what's up? You know, we think that's normal. Oh my God, we see a penis print. Oh my God, look at that. This is why we suffer. I'm serious. This is why we suffer. Do you notice that in all my videos, I don't show below my chest region. I don't want you to look at me like that. I don't want to be looked at. If a video go viral on me, you're not gonna see nothing below. because that's not what I want to be known by. I don't want women looking at me and putting all. No, I think that to me that's a turn off. If that's the way you look at me, that's a turn off. People in my inbox, oh, Kirk, you're so fine. How are you? Listen, if that's what you in my inbox because I'm fine, we don't need to talk. Because that's where you see one of my video, and I see the ones that you see, because you start following me after you saw this video. So this video come up, you follow me, you're in my inbox. I'm not interested. I'm not curious. Look at my other stuff first. Look at my other stuff. Look at the way I speak first before you come in my inbox, because I'm not interested. Because that's where you at. Many of us stay right here. We stay on these lower chakras. They stay on these lower frequencies. That's why we cannot attract a decent quality man or woman. We stay right here. We're not even in the solar plexus chakra. We're just in the sacral chakra. Sex. Everything gotta be sex. If you ain't put it on me right, how many? Let's be honest, okay? Yeah, hell no, I ain't not responding there. Let me be honest. Let me ask you the question, right? Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest, ladies. I know sometimes you all be lying to me, and you all think that you all can't lie to me. That's the problem, because you can't lie to me, because I've been through a lot of things. Reese, how you doing today? Boo Skibby, what's good? I like your nose. I like my nose. I have never been told that. Actually, by one other person. It's not normal. I mean, it's not popular. I mean, but thank you though. I've been teased with my nose for all my life. I got a big nose. You know, it's a big. My family teased me. Hey, B and so. But let me ask you a question, right? You find my mental and wisdom attractive? Yeah, that's the real attraction right there. That's sapiosexual stuff. But let me ask you the question, right, ladies? Be honest, okay? I'm actually one question. Be honest, and you ain't got to answer if you don't want to answer. But just think about the answer in your head. But at least be honest with yourself, okay? I like you, dogs. Thank you. I have a big nose, okay? And thank you, Lisa. Thank you for joining. So let me ask you, ladies, have you ever slept with a guy? Be honest, right? Hey, Maria, have you ever slept with a guy the first time and he wasn't that good and you lost interest? Be honest. Have you ever slept with a guy first time, it wasn't that good as you expected? He turned you completely off. You just lost interest. You're just like, I can't do it. I can't be with you. Right. And I know, and because it happens. It happens, right? It happens. You so you ran. But let me ask you the question, right? Be honest. Do you think if you was connected to this person, do you think if you was highly connected spiritually to them, do you think that will actually make you stop? Like a guy for years, slept with him, and it was a sausage. Do you think that same guy, if you was connected to them deeply, do you think that you would stay or go? Just think about it. Think about a spiritual connection. How many people can you have a spiritual connection with? How many people do you think that you get spiritual connection with in your lifetime? Not many. So be honest. Do you think if you was connected spiritually to this person, do you think it would have still been boring? Or that terrible? I don't think it would have been that bad, to be honest with you. I'm serious. I don't think it would have been that bad. Because something about a spiritual, a deep, have you ever had a connection with someone? Think about it. Let's be real. Let's be real. When you have a deep connection with someone, not just the anger, and not when two people are hurt. I ain't talking about two pain people connection, two broken connection, because that stuff will leave you even more broken. I'm talking about a deep spiritual connection. That means I could send you. Listen, I could be here, you could be there, but you still feel my presence. I'm talking about the type of connection that you are on my mind. You just call me. I'm on your mind. I just called you instantly. I'm talking about the connection that I just feel your presence, and I'm like, man, your presence feels beautiful. Like, I don't want to go nowhere. Like, I feel so comfortable right here. Like, your presence brings me a different type of peace. I'm talking about a connection that makes you just in awe with it. See, many of us haven't experienced this connection. So many of us don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about a connection that just makes you just feel so loved and amazing and so beautiful. You think the sex won't be amazing because of a penis size or because he lacks experience? Let me tell you this. It's not true. That sex will still be amazing because for some reason, is when you come together, number one, the feeling of the heightened emotion and the heightened love and the heightened connection, that thing feels amazing without the penetration. I'm telling you. That stuff feels amazing without the penetration. So imagine with penetration. If we are completely connected that much, I don't need to put your one foot on the ceiling fan and the other foot in somewhere, some other country, so that your legs could be wide open and your butt could be a certain way and your breast. I don't need all of that. Let's be real, man. Let's be real. Let's be real. If you not even here and me hearing your voice do these things to me, if you be next to me, I don't want to go nowhere. I'm good right here. You think when we come together, you think anything is gonna? No, man, come on. But the problem is we don't seek connection before we seek physical. We seek the physical first. The physical is already who you are. You don't need more physical. You already are physical. You don't need physical. Seriously, I'm for real, ceiling fan. You don't need that much physical when you have a spiritual, because the more spiritual you have, the more spirituality you have, you realize you are very simple. You don't need the cars, the expensive. See, the more spiritual you are, the less physical thing is what intrigues you. They don't intrigue you that much anymore, because now you're in a zone. Because when you're spiritual, you just realize you just are. You accept all. You love all, because now you're in a higher chakra. You see things differently. I connect differently. I feel different. I love different. I'm a complete, powerful individual. I don't need all those physicalities to define what I feel or define who I am. I don't need all the stuff. So I'm saying the reason why we struggle with sex so much and food and addictions and all this stuff is because we live in the lower frequencies. We think the pills and we think something is wrong, and so we take this and we go counseling, and we still don't fix the problem that we are living in our lower chakra, when all we have to do is heal. All we have to do is heal. And how do you heal, Kirk? How do you heal? You recognize that if you always think about sex, if you always talk about sex, if everything I say, a sex joke come to your mind, oh, that's what she said, oh, that's what he said. If everything I say, you feel sex and you're looking at everybody sexually, and you see a man or a woman walking and you think about sex and sex come to your mind, and you start to envision sex, and you, oh my God. Like when you see an apple, it's like, let me tell you, when you go to the grocery store, right? When you go to the grocery store, seriously, do you see those fruits and then vegetables and just think like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do with this right here? I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat the hell out of this. I can't wait to put it in my mouth. I mean, sometimes, right? I guess sometimes, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I guess. But if you could just walk in the grocery store and just your mouth watering, and that means you haven't eaten before you went to the store. That means you're on an empty stomach, you're hungry, and you're starving. You know what I mean? So maybe you should eat before you go to the store. But I'm saying, all this time, every time you see food, that's not how you act. Every time you see a piece of cake, that's not how you act. Every time you see a piece of bread, that's not how you act. So when we see a man or a woman, why it stirs something up? Why does it stir something up? A lot of times you see people, the ones who are in, not all the time. I ain't gonna say many times. I ain't gonna say most of the times. Well, I ain't gonna say most of the time. I would say many times. A lot of times. You see in relationships, the people who gets abused the most is the one that with a good looking person, and the person looks so damn good that you will take anything just to fit in that look, just to have that look, because the piece of cake look good. I know it's destroying my body because I eat it every day, but it looks good. I know when I eat it, after I eat it, I don't like myself, but during when I'm eating it, it tastes good. I like it. You know what I mean? But I don't think after I eat it, let me just focus on eating it right now. Let me not think about the future, because the future don't exist yet. So let me enjoy this cake. But after you eat the cake, you want to vomit. You feel sick. Oh my God, I hate myself. I hate myself. So a lot of times, a lot of these men and women, you will take abuse from them because they're attractive. They're attractive. And you live in the lower chakras. You need to be validated. You need to feel good. You need to feel like you have someone in your arm, like a trophy. You need to feel validated. You need to feel stamped approved. So we stay in these ridiculous people because they look good. A lot of times it's these pretty people and these handsome people that does the most garbage. That make you put up with the most garbage, and you stay. If the person wasn't as attractive, if that cake that you was eating, if that cake don't look that good, if that's a Walmart cake, that you met that was 6 days old already, I guarantee you that Walmart cake won't make you hate yourself. I guarantee you that Walmart cake won't make you hate yourself. It won't make you, oh, that cake, looks okay. That's no, it's okay. It's not. You start. If I eat you and you don't look that good anyways, what's the point? Nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Hey, sunshine, I'm serious. You be like, because I know after I eat a cake, I want to vomit because I don't, I probably gained 2 pounds and I don't. But if I eat that cake, it don't really look that good anyways. Nah, I'll pass. You be like, nah, I'm good. I don't need that cake anyways. It's the exchange of energy. We need to choose wisely I'm telling you. This life is fun. Hey, Tanya. But seriously, man. But if it's a good looking piece of cake, it would be, most of the time you think it's worth it. Not realizing that these people know exactly what they look like, know exactly what they are doing, know exactly who they are and where they are in life. And they're bringing you this pain, knowing that you ain't going nowhere because you need them to validate yourself. Think about it. Listen, but when you go in your higher chakra, like you wasn't hungry. When you live in your higher chakra, when you live in your heart chakra, you realize that you are healed and you love yourself and you love you love people and you're not sad, you're not bitter, you're not angry. You feel great. Energy is flowing great. Energy is feeling amazing. Hey, Cynthia, energy is feeling amazing. You smiling. That good person, that good looking person, I'm okay. It's not worth it. No, I'm okay. No, thank you. Because now when you live in your heart chakra, you process people differently. You process love differently. You process sex differently. You process feelings differently. You process how you feel. Listen, you process everything through your heart. Now your heart is open, so now everything goes through your heart first. If your heart chakra is closed, understand this. If your heart chakra is closed, right? If a heart chakra is closed, bam, it's calcified, right? Calcium built up around your heart. So therefore, no emotions and no love and no peace and no happiness is going through. Because most of the time what you did, you close up your heart with the anger and the frustration and bitterness in it. That's why you still hurt. And that's why you keep getting hurt. People say time heals all. Time doesn't heal anything, actually. Time cannot heal you. Because time is an illusion. Because as the time goes, that pain and the anger, it grows. If you don't heal with the now, the time will make you even suffer even more. You know how many of us been hurt since we were kids and we still hurt? If time heals all, you will not be sick still. You will not be hurt still. You will not be going through that drama still. You will not be suffering still. But many of us suffering for the past 10, 15 years. Then say time heals everything. Time doesn't heal everything at all. Because with time, that anger is what grows. With time, that bitterness and the hate, it grows. And with time, as the hate grow, and with the pain grow, and with the bitterness grow, and with the anger is growing, what it does, it starts to change your body. It starts to store heavy energies in your body. Now you start getting sick. Your immune system start to get weakened. Your back pain starts. You get headaches. You get nightmares. It doesn't heal all. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. But when your heart chakra is open, now when it's open, you think differently because now, do you know you have brain cells in your heart? Do we know that we have brain cells in our heart? Do we know this? Seriously. How can I release? Do we know that our heart has its own brain cells? Do we know this? Do you know that this is a new science that came out? Your heart has its own brain cells. But when your heart is closed, your brain cells ain't working. That's why we are so ignorant. That's why we seek sex. That's why we seek sex so much. Because when there's no spiritual connection, sex is the next best thing. I ain't gonna lie, sex feels amazing. Man, to release your energy, that's why you release it. That's why the release of energy is the best feeling. Because you can't release it anywhere else. You can't release it anywhere, any other way. You cannot release sexual energy any other way. I mean, the energy any other way. So it's built up in you. So when you have sex, you release it. But it's not released because now you take on the other person's drama. You take on the other person's pain. And you take on all these other energies that you don't, now yes, for one quick minute it feels good. But now you back to yourself. It's like alcohol. You drink alcohol, you feel good because you feel like everything is like you feel like you could say anything, do anything, but then when the alcohol die down, you back to your own problems. Now you even have more problems because the crap that you did when you were drunk, it added to your own problems now. So now you have multiple problems. You have soul ties. You got a whole bunch of your addictions changes now. Now you have a bunch of different energies. You have STDs. These are all STDs are energy. They're all energies. AIDS and chlamydia, they're all energies. It's all energies. So we have to understand the energies that we are bringing into our bodies and into our spirit. Hey, Kadeen, how are you? We have to understand. We have to be aware. But when you open your heart chakra, I promise you, when you open... Man, so Derek Jackson, you ain't slick. We know this you. But yeah, man. So I'm just saying. Actually, Derek Jackson don't talk like this. He tells people to leave people. I'm just telling you all, man. We need to live. We need to elevate to our higher chakra. So you're telling me I don't have brain cells? You're telling me I don't have brain cells in my heart? No, I'm telling you that you have brain cells in your heart. We have the same type of cells in your heart now. Because your heart feels and it processes and it processes. See, all those emotions and stuff, where do you think that they are being processed? They are being processed here. Tumbrian, what's good? It's being processed here. That's why if your heart and your brain is not aligned, you're going to suffer a lot of times. You're going to always suffer. Most times, you're going to suffer. Your heart is your brain. I won't disagree with that at all. I'm telling you, man, so we have to start opening our minds and understand that when we start to do these low frequency stuff, something is off balance with us. See what I'm saying? So how do you, even in the Bible, that says the mind includes both heart and brain. I believe that. How do I release my chakra? You release your chakra because you gotta do some work. Now you have 7 chakras. That's a whole different video how to open each chakra. That's gonna take too long because I don't want to talk that long. Because you gotta open, number one, many of us, like during the COVID time, like last year, 2020, many of us lost their job. I mean, lost our job. Some of us lost our families and all that stuff. When you lose your job and you're going to worry about security and how are you going to live and the jobs that you're going to have and the money that you're going to have or you won't going to have, when your life change, it sends off your root chakra because your root chakra is your security chakra. It says, I am good. I am fine. I'm living life good. I'm surviving. That's your survival chakra, right? So when you lose your job and your stuff, as soon as you lose your job, you start to think, you start to wonder, you start to be scared. Your root chakra is gone. It's completely closed. Now you're scared. Now you feel, you start having panic attacks. You start having anxiety problems. You start thinking late at night. You worried and you're scared to death. So many of us have our root chakra closed within the past couple of years alone. Losing your job will close your root chakra. Do we understand this? The next thing is your sacral chakra. Many of us had our sacral chakra messed up for years. Years. All these things that we watch, all these TV programs, sexual TV programs, all this pornography, those things will take away our sacral chakra. You know what I mean? Somebody told you that your sex was whack. Even people who not even, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Be honest. Were you ever doing sexual things and you didn't like how you look and you didn't like the way how you felt and you was ashamed of your body and you was ashamed of, you was ashamed, there was no pleasure from it? Like you didn't like the way how you look and you was ashamed, so you was covering your face and you was feeling funny. I met women like that before. I mean, I'm talking about me in my own personal journey. I have met women like this. I have been with women back in my days. And all right, thanks, Sunshine. Thanks for staying. But I know many women who does that. They don't even like how sex feels. They feel embarrassed. They feel ashamed. Like they feel like something is wrong. And sometimes, a lot of times, your sacral chakra is off. Then your power chakra, the I am chakra, this is your power zone. This is the solar plexus. And that's what it's called, the solar plexus chakra. That's your power. That's your power source, your confidence. That's your bam, I am powerful. I am powerful beyond measure. I am the greatest I've ever seen. I am the baddest. My self-esteem is on point. My confidence level up. I can face anyone. I don't care who you are. I can face you. Many of us don't feel like that. Many of us not secure in ourselves. That's off. There's nothing wrong with you. That chakra is just off. It's not about what you look like. People think that if I lose 15 pounds, then I will. No, your solar plexus. Actually, it's not the losing 15 pounds that makes you more confident. It's the process opening up your solar plexus chakra. Hmm? Yeah, stop bleeding your fingers. Stop playing with your fingers, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Mama?
In my finger.
Hey, say hi to these people. Say hi.
Hi.
So what y'all doing?
What are you doing?
So what we talking about?
What are you talking about?
What you doing?
Hi.
You eating your lollipop?
Yeah.
Go eat your lollipop, okay?
Okay.
And go watch your music. Go watch your songs. Thank you. Twins. You know, this is one of the reasons why I had to get straight, man. This is one of the reasons why I had to start studying these type of stuff. This information. My daughters and my son, I had to teach them these things before they go out in this world and did what I did. You know what I mean? So I wanted to teach them some stuff. So if I take it in myself, I could feed them later on or when they need it. Actually, they could feed it from my spirit. This is why I keep my spirit clean. Because they feed from me every day, man. Even when I'm not trying to feed from me, they feed from me. The chakra wisdom, healing mind, emotional, and thoughts, such an eye-opener. Good stuff. Someone said get this book called Chakra Wisdom, Healing Mind. So I have a couple of chakra books that I have too, that open up my mind to all this understanding. But yeah, man. So listen, my thing to it is that a lot of us, brothers and sisters, our sacral chakra is closed up. It's been closed up. We process sex differently. We think sex is all about objectifying someone or conquering someone or just sleeping with. Like, if you think about it, right? Let me tell you how close it is, right? If you find pleasure, because your sacral chakra is your pleasure chakra. If you find in pleasure in hurting another person, or you know that after I do this, I'm going to leave you, and that might bring pain to you, or that might make you feel like you're not deserving. If I bring this thing to you, if I give you the best sex I ever had in my life, and I just want to have sex with you, but knowing that I won't be there to support you or to lift you up when you cry or to just in case something happened, then the pleasure chakra is off. If that brings you pleasure, something is off. Something has to be off. And I'm not bashing nobody for doing it because I think we don't understand. I think we just go from our society has been teaching us that it's normal. This is what men do. This is what men do. This is what we do. This is what men do. This is what men do. This is what we do. This is what men do. That's being a man. That's being a man. But in all reality, a man has the same amount of feminine energy. And I want us to understand. That you think that we are just masculine energy. It's impossible. Nothing is one way. There's nothing that's one energy. Every single human has masculine and feminine energy. We have to. And when you don't embrace the idea of having that both energies, then you're going to suffer because you're going to question yourself. You're going to question your definition of a man. You're going to always be scared. You're going to always be worried. Well, what if I talk to this man? Am I gay? What if I allow a man to talk to me? Am I gay? What if this? What if that? Oh my God, I shouldn't be talking like this. I shouldn't be crying. I shouldn't be feeling. Now you are rejecting that very part of you that you need. So a lot of us are suffering because we fail to have that balance. That masculine and that feminine. See, listen, man. I told someone the other day, if I didn't embrace my feminine energy, I won't be raising my daughters or my son. I won't be cooking every day. I won't be cleaning her butt. I won't be cleaning and washing clothes, and I won't be doing all them stuff. But embracing my feminine part, I actually become I had more empathy, respect, honor. I just developed all these things that I should have because that masculine, all that. People ask me, Kirk, are you an alpha male? I don't know what an alpha male is. I don't even know what an alpha male is. Like, what's an alpha male anyway? That stuff is not real. We make up a bunch of nonsense and think that is real. We hear men all, walking around talking about, I'm an alpha male. What's an alpha male? You a grown man. You have responsibility. You gotta who's raising your children? Who's raising your daughter? Who is saying, come here, let me hold you. Come here, let me kiss you. Come here, let me kiss your cut. That's feminine energy. We have to have that too. Now, I don't know if that's feminine energy or not. I'm just saying that's what most women do. So that's why I said it's feminine energy. I might be wrong because I don't know what feminine energy is. But we can't be walking around here macho all day. Who are you helping? Who are you fighting? What are you battling inside to be hard all day? Tough and angry, just who are you hunting? The last time I hunted a lion, I never hunted a lion. That was my ancestors back in 15,000 years ago. Maybe they did. But you never hunted a zebra. You never hunted a lion. You never hunted a crocodile. You never you never kill anything. But how are you so hard? How are you so mad and strong? You ain't last time I checked, ain't not one of us killed a bear with our own hands. Ain't none of us was King David in here who killed, those creatures. Ain't none of us did that. But yeah, we think we masculine. No, that's not masculine. It's stupidity. Seriously, it's stupidity. And many of us don't want to balance out ourselves because we're afraid. Like when I was young, I used to be, if a gay guy thought I was attractive, I'm like, man, what are you trying to say? Now, if a man tell me, hey, Kirk, you look good, I'm like, hey, thanks, bro. Because that don't make me change. That don't make me gay. That don't make me feel offended. That don't make me feel... Because, well, if you see it, the hell you see it. There's nothing wrong with you, a man telling me. I tell men all the time, dude, you look good, man. Like, you go to the gym, you tell a man, dude, God damn. No, you don't say, oh, man, you fine as hell. No, you say, dude. And regardless, it's the same damn meaning. We just say it differently. Dude, looking right, man. Dude tell me all the time. Dude be calling me OG in the gym, because they think I'm old. Like, OG, man, like, how do I get your age and still look like you? That's a compliment. That's saying you think not attractive, but you think I look good. Hey, bro, thank you. Hey, man. Hey, man, stop playing. Hey, man. Hey, man. For real? No, when you start saying that, you have to, for real, man? You think I'm good looking? No, you might be going too far. You know what I mean? But I'm saying we can't be afraid to embrace both energies. When we embrace both energies, then when you see another woman, or as a man seeing another woman, I won't be wanting to conquer you because I have the same energy inside. You know what I mean? Like, ladies, if you embrace your masculine energy, you won't be afraid to go out there and work and do what you gotta do, because we are both. The law of duality says that I am you and you are me regardless. The law of duality says that there's a universe, there's a mother nature, and there's a father God, whatever you call it, but they both work together for the greatness of this entire universe. However you see it, they both are equal. And it's better when they both become equal, because that might lessen, if you embrace your feminine energy as a man, that might lessen your ability to actually want to conquer a woman. What you want to conquer her for? What has she done to you? Why is she your enemy that you want to conquer her? You want to penetrate her and leave? Dude, that's not normal. That is not normal. It's not. Ladies, it's not normal to just want to see a man and just have him think about having sex with you. Let me say this. To be honest, I get people in my inbox still. They don't understand who I am. And they think that they could just... Listen, I got women in my inbox. And they think because they're attractive... I really don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. But there are women, seriously, that comes in my inbox and think because they're attractive, that's it. And I'm like, listen, you are very attractive. It's nothing to do with your attractiveness. You are gorgeous, actually. Beautiful. Fine. Okay. What else, though? You know what I mean? Like, what else? Hey, she's crazy. How are you doing? But that's not, because I'm not lacking that in my life. I'm not lacking that. I'm not lacking that. You beautiful, but that means just because you... I see the sunrise all the time. I think the sunrise is amazing. And I think the horizon is amazing. I think the tree outside looks very beautiful. I don't want to have sex with the tree. Joshua, what's good, brother, man? Women that don't have any desires to be intimate at all for years. And you know what? If you don't have any desires, let me tell you. When a person understands that your sexual energy is attached to your creative energy, it's the same frequency, your sexual energy. Because if you are lacking, if this is closed down here, if your chakra is closed, a lot of times your creativity is whack. Your creative energy don't flow either. So they both are connected, sexual energy. So now a lot of times you find people who are very promiscuous and all those things. When you don't know how to control the energy, Your creativity energy it suffers, it struggle. Your creative energy is suffering. It's like you're not creative. You can't be creative at work. You can't create new ideas. You can't create a new life. You can't create it. I mean, you can't create anything because those energies are they are the same. They are one of the same. That's why sex is a very creative thing. That's why they put all the creativity energy into sex, and that's all they become. That's all they desire. That's all they can have is sexual energy because the both of them is very powerful together. So now, when you know how to balance the energy, you're creative. Man, listen, that's why I was never creative younger. I was never a creative man. I sucked at it. Because I should just have sex. I had sex a lot. Hey, listen, I had sex a lot. I had sex. I think I've been with women. I don't even remember. I can't remember. I blocked it out of my head. I blocked it out of my mind. You know what I mean? Like I blocked it out completely. I don't even remember how many people I had sex with. Because not that I was ashamed after I became awakened, but I'm like, man, I don't want to. I mean, this is not something I want to remember. You know, because somewhere between maybe 10 people and maybe a couple hundred. I don't remember. And it's not because they wasn't good or bad. I started to put my energy somewhere else. I started to think about something else. And I'm like, why do I want to think about this? Why do I want to remember this? It's not a part of my life that I was so... I mean, then it was fun. And I'm just being real. I'm just being transparent. I'm not... Listen, if you're going to judge me, you're going to judge me anyways. And that's not something I worry about, is being judged. I'm saying, when I was young, when I was a boy, I spoke as a boy. When I was a child, I understood as a child. But when I became a man, it's time because there's greater things out there. You know, you gotta put away all these things. Stop the sexual energy. It's not healthy. Because if you think about it, who wanna just go around hurting people? Sex hurt people. We all know this. Sex will hurt people. You have sex with someone and you leave, it hurts. It messes with their self-esteem. It messes with their confidence. You think that you're not wanted. And it hurts both men and women. Ladies, same thing. When you have sex with a man and you don't call him back and stuff, that crap hurts too. We don't want to make boundaries. How do I go about... What boundaries are we talking about? Jeremy, for real. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. We did it. But after a while, you got to take responsibility and say, God, I hurt all these people. Because I hurt a lot of women. I did. I really have. You know, I mean, you ask me, would I hurt another woman? I don't know. But not intentionally, I mean, anyways. Because now, if I sleep with you, I know... And the difference is this. If I sleep with you, I know it's like what's going to happen. Because I'm not interested in having a woman. You know, I'm not interested in finding a woman. I'm not interested in meeting nobody on TikTok or anywhere else. I've been with so many people, I'm not interested anymore. It's just, the interest is gone. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I just don't want to. I'm good. So I know if I meet you, I like you. I think you're attractive. You think I'm attractive. We start talking.